It was the Roaring '20s, a decade of economic prosperity. When USPTA was founded in 1927, Calvin Coolidge was President of the United States. Charles Lindbergh made his famous transatlantic flight from New York to Paris, and silent movies died with the opening of The Jazz Singer starring Al Jolson. Tennis was mostly limited to the country club set, but some saw its potential to please audiences and generate income. One of these forward thinkers established the first professional tennis tour with a group of American and French tennis players. And one of the stars was Vinnie Richards, one of USPTA's founding members and winner of numerous USPTA championships. Because players who accepted money for tournaments were banned from competing in the major amateur competitions, many of them taught tennis to earn a living. With the goal of bridging the gap between the amateur ranks and a career as a tennis professional, a small group of people met in New York City on September 23, 1927, and USPTA was born. Mostly an East Coast organization, the small group held itself together through the Great Depression and World War II, conducting regular meetings and a national tournament from 1927 through 1943. It counted among its membership some of history's greatest players, including Bill Tilden, Don Budge, Jack Kramer, Tony Trabert, Ellsworth Vines, Pancho Segura, Bobby Riggs, Fred Perry, and Welby Van Horn. Famous women players such as Pauline Betts-Addy, Alice Marble, and Sarah Cook began joining the USPTA in the 1940s. As the open era of tennis dawned in 1968, both professional players and teachers reaped the benefits, and USPTA underwent many far-reaching changes. USPTA's desire to create the industry's highest standards for teaching the game was realized in 1969 when, under President Jack Barnaby, the association established the first certification test. The tennis boom was great for the world's oldest and largest tennis teaching organization. USPTA membership edged very close to 1,000. After Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs played the historic Battle of the Sexes match, tennis's popularity exploded. USPTA benefited from the swell of players as membership grew to almost 3,000 by 1981, reaching 4,000 by '84. The once fledgling organization was now flourishing, but until the '70s it didn't have an official home or administrative department. Ray Bobbitt became the first full-time executive director in 1974, establishing a national office in Houston. With Bobbitt's sudden death, Bill Timm was named executive director in 1975 and moved the office to Tennessee. USPTA later struck an endorsement deal with the Colony Beach and Tennis Resort in Sarasota, Florida, to move its headquarters there in '78. As Timm was unable to make the move, Michael Fryer was hired, followed by Tim Heckler, who became executive director and CEO in 1982. In the 1980s, USPTA continued to expand both its influence in the tennis industry and its commitment to members. The Japan Professional Tennis Association became the first international division. USPTA implemented computerization and moved its headquarters to Saddlebrook Resort in Wesley Chapel, Florida. With one more move back to Houston, the purchase of its own building gave USPTA a world-class structure for its world headquarters. Although the tennis boom ebbed, USPTA membership numbers and programs continued to grow. The association added departments for education, public relations, sports marketing, divisional administration, membership, player development, and multimedia. George Basho took on the mantle of testing and certification and continued to develop and improve the system until his death in 1998.
In 1990, Tennis Across America was created in response to a call from the Tennis Industry Council for industry groups to develop a project to promote tennis to current, former, and prospective recreational players. As a free grassroots lesson program, its goal was to introduce the game to children and adults who have not experienced it. From the beginning, USPTA has strived for public awareness and extensive player participation, and has achieved this objective through tremendous support from USPTA professionals and the tennis industry. Since its creation, Tennis Across America grew to a multifaceted program reaching hundreds of thousands of people through 3 distinctive program segments. The 3-phase program provided opportunities to grow the game of tennis through special multicultural clinics, nationwide free clinics hosted by volunteer professionals, and a follow-up program of lessons and league play designed to retain player interest. With the support of the USPTA, the tennis industry helped Tennis Across America reach an ever-growing number of people. As the number of USPTA members grew, so did the number of membership benefits. Today, USPTA offers on-court liability insurance, an endorsee-supported retirement plan, discounts on footwear and apparel, plus equipment packages from the official hard goods supplier, home, life, and auto insurance, extensive continuing education, online tools, prize money tournaments, and so much more. In 1993, the United States Professional Tennis Association inducted its first Hall of Fame inductee, Arthur Ashe. As a USPTA member, Ashe was active in bringing tennis to inner-city youth and gave his time to numerous philanthropic activities, including USPTA's annual Tennis Across America Day, held each year in May. He was an inspiration to so many, both on and off the tennis court. Since then, the USPTA has inducted a total of 19 individuals into the USPTA Hall of Fame. In 2015, the Executive Committee voted to rename the award the USPTA Tim Heckler Hall of Fame Award in honor of the late Tim Heckler, who served as the CEO of the USPTA for 30 years from 1982 to 2012. As the association's highest honor, we continue to recognize excellence in the tennis profession and their commitment to the USPTA. During the mid-90s, Little Tennis was launched as an engaging training tool for teaching children ages 3 to 10 who were eager to learn to play the game, using a structured set of lessons and play designed to help them move quickly through the transitional stages of graduated equipment to full court tennis. When the USTA launched an industry-wide initiative called Quick Start Tennis in 2008 and then 10 and Under Tennis in 2011, Little Tennis gradually disappeared. Always ahead of the curve, the USPTA became one of the first tennis organizations to embrace technology, first through the computerization of the business itself as early as 1982, and then later through the introduction of the USPTA's first website in 1995. Since then, every USPTA professional has been provided a complimentary personal website and a web address that can be customized and updated to market most effectively to the tennis playing public. In 2008, USPTA partnered with Courtside USA to create USPTAplayer.com, which became a business management tool for pros to do court reservations, lesson registrations, run tournaments and round robins, etc. In the fall of 2016, Setio replaced USPTAplayer.com as a social media platform to handle club management and tournament management for USPTA professionals. Also in 2016, USPTA revamped its tennisresources.com website to allow members access to more than 3,000 tips, drills, specialty courses, and seminars to improve their professional development. USPTA officially celebrated its 75th anniversary during the 2002 World Conference at Bally's Las Vegas. More than 1,500 teaching professionals, industry leaders, media, and others took part in this celebration. That same year, the USPTA celebrated the 25th anniversary of Advantage, the association's monthly trade publication, which offers a mix of member contributions, industry news and photos, and staff contributions. Today's magazine is now part of a much larger trade publication called Tennis Industry Magazine. In 2003, the USPTA launched the first session of On Court with USPTA, a series of half-hour instructional shows that aired exclusively on the Tennis Channel. It featured USPTA-certified teaching professionals and coaches from around the country who demonstrated to tennis enthusiasts the skills and techniques necessary to improve their game. Each episode is available on a DVD and includes bonus material such as extended lessons, tips, drills, interviews, and much more. The USPTA Player Development Program was designed in 2004 to serve as an educational resource for the ever-evolving game and to help all tennis teachers introduce new techniques to their high-performance players. It has the potential to change the way aspiring players learn how to compete at the highest levels of the game. As a direct result, USPTA coaches would have access to more educational resources in order to improve the performance of the game's very best. Along with its affiliation with the Japanese Professional Tennis Association, the USPTA showed its commitment to grow tennis internationally with the announcement of the new USPTA China Division. USPTA now boasts members from more than 80 countries worldwide. After serving an incredible 30 years as the CEO of the USPTA, Tim Heckler retired in 2012, but unfortunately passed away soon after leaving his post. The administrative reins were turned over to current CEO and Executive Director John Embry in October of 2012. As a longtime leader in the tennis industry, he has held a wide variety of influential roles over his 40-year career. Under his leadership, the USPTA has become financially solvent and greatly enhanced the value of the USPTA membership. John continues to ensure that the USPTA is elevating the standards for tennis teaching professionals everywhere. In April of 2015, the USPTA Executive Committee voted to incorporate the Professional Platform Tennis Association into the USPTA and did the same for USA Padel in 2016. Since then, platform tennis professionals and Padel professionals have become separately tested and certified membership category under the USPTA umbrella. By encouraging our members to be fully versed in both games and capable of teaching both sports, our teaching professionals acquire a diverse and marketable skill set that generates more job opportunities. After 25 years of being in Houston, the USPTA later announced in 2016 that it would be relocating its worldwide headquarters to the USTA's new home of American tennis in Lake Nona, Florida. In anticipation of the 90th birthday celebration, this game-changing move was the perfect way for the organization to start an inspiring and technologically advanced new chapter in its rich history. The single-story 10,000-square-foot building houses a high-tech office and an eco-friendly environment acting like a lab for learning and training. In addition, the space features an in-house multimedia studio that allows for TV production. As the new neighbors of the USTA National Campus, the USPTA is committed to aligning with the USTA on programs to help grow the game of tennis. The USPTA is dedicated to discovering new ways to push the possibilities for all tennis professionals and providing them with the best and most technologically advanced teaching tools to lead the future generation of tennis players and tennis professionals into lifelong careers.